Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and you wanted to become someone else? Someone more wealthy, someone more stylish, handsome, cool, has more girls, whatever it may be. Do you enjoy playing video games? Well, if you enjoy the two, then you can combine both of them and make this thing happen. I want to put this video out before GTA 6 drops because I want you to have a think. Would you rather spend your time inside the video game improving a virtual character, or would you rather take that same principle of working hard, building up your stats and your physique, hairstyle, aura, wardrobe, tuning all that stuff in, getting the cars in the video game, or would you rather do that in real life? Now, if you want to do that in real life, I have the answers for you to keep in mind right here. And I've done this thing time and time again. I've bounced back to playing the video game in real life, playing GTA 6 in real life. That's what I'm telling my buddy down in St. Lucia. We're going to go down to the Caribbean island and we're going to soak in the sun, talk to a bunch of girls, make some money doing business down there, and we're gonna live the GTA 6 lifestyle in real life. So if that sounds cool to you, let's get into this video where I teach you how to live life like an actual video game instead of playing a video game. I gave up video games 3 years ago and I don't miss them because I do this. So if you have an addiction with video games, this can also help as well. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So number one, you have to choose your identity. You need to choose the character that you're going to be in the video game of the real world. You got to choose your wardrobe, the clothes you wear. You got to pick some clothes that you find stylish and you feel good in it. You feel good, you look good. Your physique, you need to work on your physique so it helps your clothes look better. You need to focus on your hairstyle. Get a hairstyle in that works with your face shape and basically who you want to be. If you want to be more of like this rock star, playboy kind of thing, I would recommend keeping the sides a bit short. I'm due for a haircut myself, but keep the side short and then grow the top a little bit long so you can like swoop it over, do something crazy with it. Basically just try a bunch of hairstyles until you find one that you enjoy and that looks cool to you. Don't care what other people think. It needs to look cool to you because you start the trends in your own video game. You also want to focus on your aura. It's the energy that you give off. You need to be in a high vibrational state to give off aura. People focus on like tactics. What can I do to get aura, you know, have aura and be that guy that's just seems cool with no effort. You can't just do tactics. I have watched a million videos on tactics and stuff. I don't even remember any of the tactics really, except for like speaking well, but that's just a skill. But I don't remember any of that stuff. What I did to get aura was I became my authentic self. I became someone through this system that I am inspired by. It's cool when you can inspire yourself. And I got confidence because I do the things that I preach. Sometimes you fall off, you get back on. You know, you're not being a hypocrite. You're not doing the things that you're saying that you're doing. You're just falling off the path like everybody does, and then you get right back on. That's the secret. And the aura comes from basically not caring too much. I'm going to do this video in one take as a testament to this. You can't care too much about how you come off and, you know, trying to impress people. Like I said this in a couple videos ago, becoming James Bond. I think I said that, mentioned this in that video. And you can't seek to impress anybody, because when you do, it eludes you. Anything that you try to chase eludes you. So that's how you get aura. I could probably go into a whole video on how to get aura and be that cool guy that everyone's like, you know, man, how did you get so cool? I'm starting to actually get people ask me that, and it's funny. It's funny because once you get to that point, you don't really care about, before you get to that point, you care so much about being cool. But then once you become that guy that people consider cool, you don't really care. You're just living your life, and cool doesn't really exist in your eyes as like, you know, you're the cool guy. I'll give you an insight of what true aura and the feeling behind it is. You just enjoy being yourself, and it's no anxiety, and you just smile. Especially when you record a video back, you smile because you're like, man, why wasn't I this guy before? How did I get to that point? Then you think back and the system's all there. So if you want a whole video on aura, I can give you that. But let's get into number 2, where you have to select the skills. So in every video game, or most video games anyway, there's some that are probably an exception, but most video games, you acquire skills. Whether it be acquire a bunch of skills that allow you to do a bunch of things, or you go into one path and you focus on one skill that forges your path through that video game, and it shapes your character into who he becomes at the end and all the way through. So you need to choose skills. I would recommend choosing 3 at the most. 3 skills to work on at the most. Most of the time that's too much. You want to do like 1 or 2. But choose some skills. And the way that I would go about it, so you can pick multiple skills off the bat, to say you feel behind and you want to just be well-rounded, which you should strive for. I would recommend, number 1, going to the gym. That's a skill. Being able to work out properly, that is a skill. I would choose that as a skill. I would choose becoming a world-class speaker. Number 2, you need to be able to speak well. Cut out the ums and ahs. If you need to think about something, create a pause. Get your ideas and things like just instantly, so you don't have to take those long pauses all the time. It's good to take a little pause every now and then, just like I did right there for dramatic effect. But it's cool when you can just do it because you want to do it, not because you're forced to. So, world-class speaker, I have a video on that. Check that out. And what else can I give you? Yeah, learn a fighting skill, because that's what I'm doing right now. Learn a fighting skill. Actually, no, I take that back. You could probably do 4, to be honest. Learn a fighting skill. Learn a combat skill. Say like boxing is something that I recommend because it's easy to get into. And then on top of all those, pick up a skill that can make you money on your own terms, so you don't have to work for somebody. Do those 4 things if you really want to catch up. And then once you get dialed in, you're going to have to really, if you want to scale that business, then you're going to have to take some things away, or really schedule like strictly. So that's how I would go about skills. Keep it nice and simple. Choose things that you see someone else doing and you're like, that is inspiring. Or you watch a movie and you're like, that's cool. I want to become that. I want to have that skill and become that guy. But have your own personality, because personalities are personal. No one has quite the same personality as you. So don't destroy your personality. Just add to it, and anything that you're not totally fond of, which usually, looking back on my own things, the things that I weren't the proudest of from my personality was the way that I spoke and the way that I came off on camera. And thank goodness that I had guys get me into content and teach me this stuff, because now that's erased. I record stuff and I look back, I'm like, holy gee, like it's night and day. So if you want something that really that really elevates your skills in a lot of areas. Just film yourself like I'm doing right now, talking and giving information of stuff that you're learning, stuff that you've learned, and it's crazy how much you can grow. So keep those in mind when you're choosing your skills. And then number 3, we're gonna go into long-term bias. Now, once you're getting into the skills and everything, you're gonna have a long-term bias on the skills that you're learning. So say you're learning how to do drop shipping. If you're learning how to do drop shipping, I've tried that, and to me personally, it was just soul-sucking. It felt like I was just doing stuff to try to make, and it wasn't even working out that well. It just wasn't for me personally. But say you're doing something like that, and you do start to get some money in. You're like, okay, I'm kind of getting money in, you know, this is good. But you're not getting a bunch of money. You're just getting, you know, a little bit of money here and there. And you've been doing this for, say, a year or two. You're gonna have a little bit of a bias and a want to keep pursuing that thing, even though it's soul-sucking, even though you're not happy with it. You're just making a little bit of money, so you don't want to part with that progress that you've put in that thing. Sometimes you need to cut losses with the progress to win the war and to find your true passion. When you're looking for something to do for a career long term, you really want to look at the fact of, are you going to be loving that thing 10 years from now? And would you do that thing even though you had all the money and everything set up? That's something to really think about when you're looking for your money-making vehicle, or better yet, worded as your mission in life. You should always try to find your mission in life, because it's, you know, it's higher than any banking job. You know, if you want to be a surgeon, you know, definitely do all this stuff to be a surgeon, and that's a crazy field to get into. So I highly support anyone that wants to be a doctor or surgeon. We need a lot more good doctors and surgeons in this world. So definitely go with that. But when it comes to it, if that's not for you, I'd strive for something. You're making your own money and you don't get stuck in the long-term bias. You're able to say, okay, this isn't working out. I need something that fits me better. And then you can part ways with that old job, even though it may be making you, you know, some jobs you could be making 100,000 plus a year, and you're like, man, that's a lot of money. How am I going to part ways with that? You still should be able to part ways with something like that and go into something that you're meant to be and that you love. And you know, it's hard for people to do that, but I have a mentor that he's done that, and it worked out well for him. Super successful, and he's taught me so many things, and the other guys in the network too. He's taught guys so many things, and it's just, you know, he lives each day just in awe because he took that chance. And he'd always, in his videos, he'll mention, I took the leap. And you can just tell when someone like does the thing that they're scared of and it works out, and they're not stuck by the long-term bias. The third one is super important, because you can get stuck into something for years, and then, you know, when you're older and you can't really do the leap anymore, you know, when you get to your 50s, 60s, you can't do that leap anymore, then, you know, you feel very stuck in that massive weight of regret. Really hurts. So I'm going to keep it simple in this video. So take those 3 things and run with it. Instead of playing GTA 6 this year, play GTA Life. Play it in your life. Do the video game in real and see how it works for you. Use that energy that you would spend in the video game in real life and change your life this year. And you know, instead of paying, I'm thinking that this video game is going to be over $100, it seems, to buy this thing. Instead of spending $100 on the video game, spend $100 buying a course to learn the skill that you want to pursue. Really have a think and sit down, figure out a skill and go for it. So take that, God bless. If you like this video, click a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. So I put 2 videos out every week. I might bump that number up once I get this schedule dialed in. I want to make some real good progress and give you as much as I can. So I might even bump these videos up to like a video every other day. But we'll see. 2 for now. But I'll see you in the next one. And yeah, baby, let's get today.